Alright, this is the Latron Incarnon. I happen to have the resources to build it.
Okay, bring it to
I will
life.
show you a quick demo. I'm just gonna show you all the things first. Just all the options here. Whoops. But the Incarnon form basically just makes like a Trumna. Like, a Trumna with like an Archiplasma or Ricochet, or I guess Tenant Archiplasma Ricochet. It's pretty fucking good. Um, and I will explain the choices here. I think the last one, you can't really go wrong with any of these. These are all really good. But yeah,
Here's where it
let's just
gets
go to the
interesting.
simulacrum
Stay
and
sharp.
show it off. But spoiler alert: turning a single shot weapon into an AOE armor stripping monster is pretty good. Especially if you use the
You
last
are a true
choice.
hunter. Where would the sanctuary be without you?
Again, the build I'm using is very generic. Like, I'm pretty sure most people can do it. The only exception, as you'll see, is I'm using Deadhead, and that's just for the recoil reduction. Like, if you're using a slash build, probably not gonna get headshot kills. I'm just using the recoil reduction. Anyways, this is super generic. Like, I don't think anything here is like too crazy. Again, Deadhead's mostly for the recoil reduction. Again, I'm obviously running Serration, but yeah, not even galvanized split chamber, no galvanized mods, super basic build. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna have a problem putting that together. And I will show it off. Now, I don't have Godstrike officers. I know those are like the ones to test it, but just to show you what this thing can do. Again, like, I'm just gonna armor stripped, right? Now that was headshots, so we'll do body shots. But you can see the armor strips pretty fucking fast. And obviously, if you're doing body shots, not as good, right? But this is the Incarnon. Again, just imagine a Trumna Archiplasma Ricochet hybrid thing. It's pretty fucking strong, as you can tell. And if I actually decide to go for headshots, it's even more devastating. Um, like, that's pretty much the quick and dirty of it. If that's all you want to know. I will show it off in like somewhat difficult content. I'll do like a void cascade or something on and steel path. I'll do like maybe like one thing. But I can just tell you from using it so far, it's pretty fucking good. Uh, Again, I'm using a super generic build. I have a ribbon for it. But the point is, yeah, this ribbon dispel probably gonna get nerfed because of how strong the Incarnon is. But that's pretty much it. And yeah, if you want to watch, I will go do a partial void cascade. I'm not using anything crazy. I'm not using a Panzer. Again, if I was using a Panzer, I wouldn't even mod viral on this thing. I could just go pure heat or something. Heat and slash. Again, I'm using Revenant. There's no damage buff on Revenant. This is a generic. This is like the most basic bitch. Nothing. I'm trying to emphasize that there's no special thing I'm using here that's making this thing do crazy numbers. It's just how good it is. For the stats, as you can see, with critical delay, it gives it over like 132%. It's crazy. And if you were to go with the other route, it could be even higher. You probably could see more orange crits. I will take the time to explain why I chose what I chose. So for this one, the other one was like Swift something, where if you have a 1.2 sprint speed, you get basically a condition overload every time you shoot at something with a different status effect. And that's what I would pick here because the extra multi shots kind of just overkill, even though you can proc it pretty easily because it's puncture weighted. The issue though is that again, to get 1.2 sprint speed, you need like sprint boost and rush, or I don't know if rush is just enough. We'll actually see here. Let's put on rush. Let's put on rush. Yeah, okay. Maybe just get away with just using rush. Let's put on reset. No, you'd have to stack. Oh no, no. Okay, yeah. So if you just use rush, rush is good enough. You can just use rush and get your. I actually might do that then. So okay, that's good to know. Just you'd have to get. You probably have to take off prime sure-footed or an extra mod slot though. That's pretty tall order to ask for most people. But yeah, that's the first one. Second choice is I chose the zoom because the Latron has a really high fucking zoom without this. The negative 60% recoil is another good option, but again, I have deadhead, so I don't really have to care about recoil. The plus 15 magazine size is also not the worst. Now, again, I have Riven that has reload speed on it, so I don't really care about the magazine size. It's pretty fast. But this again, they're not. None of them are bad options here for honestly all of these. And then the last one here, again, it depends on what you're doing. If you're again, if you're running Hildren or anyone with like AoE armor strip, then yeah, you don't need flensing spikes here because again, you're just gonna AoE armor strip anyways, and everything's gonna die. But again, if you're, let's say you do the circuit and you happen to get this, and none of your Warframes have any subsume AoE armor strips, and yeah, it's pretty good. I would just keep this. I'm keeping this as my option here because again, just having a weapon like running Hunter Munitions viral, and then it can also just remove armor, pretty good. Now I know if you have a Panzer, you know you don't have to worry about viral, but just I think this is good enough on its own. Maybe I'm overvaluing it, but the other ones aren't bad. An extra headshot multiplier is good too if you're not running Deadhead, or just in general if you can hit headshots, not bad. And then just increasing critical chance of critical damage. I believe it goes up to 46% chance. I forget the crit multiplier, but like I said, I think DE did a great job with this. Where honestly, all these options seem pretty like you can make an argument for all of them. It's not like the Fenmore or the Fairlax where there's clearly just the best one in the thing. These all have pretty compelling options here. So, anyways, that's my spiel over. We're gonna do. I said we're gonna do like a Void Cascade, but I'm just gonna like show you what it can do against a Thrax. Um, Again, if I could, I would do a circuit run with the Latron, but obviously the circuit run's pretty fucking RNG dependent, so and the reason why I say I would do the circuit run is because with circuit run, the enemy levels jump up really fucking fast. Like you'll be fighting level 600s before you know it. But the best I can do right now is just a Void Cascade. Um, so yeah. That's pretty much it. I don't know about the other Incarnons, but again, from last week, all the Incarnons seemed really good from what I've seen. I chose a Brad and the Carrots, but I didn't have the resources to build them. But if DE keeps it up with all these Incarnons, I don't think it really matters what you pick. It's just personal preference. I just happen to have a Latron Riven and a build for the Latron, so I picked the Latron. But I definitely think it definitely saves this weapon because it just fucking... I keep saying fucking, but this thing fucks. I cannot describe to you how nice this feels. Yeah, no galvanized stacks either. Like this can be much stronger. The only thing that can build up here is pretty much Deadhead, and that's just adding base damage. Let me go kill this Thrax. Never mind, it's already dead. I will say too, another nice thing is like it's really easy to build the Incarnon form back. It only took a couple of shots. I don't know, I'm just gonna whoops, that's my bad. But it's really easy to build the Incarnon form back up. It's not good. Should have picked Unairu. Whatever. But yeah, like I don't really know what else to say here. Just I know like for some people like, oh, it's not killing them in one shot, and yeah, to be fair, but at the same time, I'm not using any galvanize mod. I don't know if aptitude is multiplicative or additive, because I know with certain weapons it's like it's base damage, like with the fucking ambassador, it's base damage, not like a final multiplier. But like I said, this is basic. This is just the tip of the iceberg. You can make this thing way stronger than what I'm showing you here. You know, again, throwing any buffer frame, throwing a Harrow or something, just red crits, like, yeah, pretty good. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of the video. I'm gonna show off my weird build here because I just want to. If you're wondering why I have that odd ribbon with just reload speed and status chance. Anyways, let's go to the simulacrum. I'm kind of hoping the Furious Incarnon's really good too, because I remember, God, back when I first started playing the game, the Furious was like one of the only ways to get consistent healing outside of Life Strike with the augment for New Loka. So I'm hoping that it's also good Incarnon. But Again, every Incarnon so far seems to be really busted, so I am curious to see if they're gonna change ribbon dispositions based off like an Incarnon weapon, because clearly, like the Latron has a really high ribbon disposition, but the Incarnon makes it like a contender for a really good weapon. So I don't know. Anyways, so here's my weird build. There's a lot of weird things going on. So the main premise behind this weird build is all about double tap, and I believe double tap is a final damage multiplier. And the reason why I have this ribbon with reload speed is that if you use double tap normally, when you reload, your reload is too slow to keep up the times 20 double tap. But if you have like just a reload speed mod, like you know, fast hands, prime fast, and just any form of reload speed, you will be able to keep the high damage. Now the issue with double tap though is that if you miss, you basically have like 2 seconds to hit another target, and if you miss, that could be pretty bad. And it seems the Incarnon form doesn't proc double tap, but it seems, I don't know if it snapshots it as like a visual. You'll see as when I do it, like it'll snapshot the timer for double taps. I don't know if that's like it's actually snapshotting the damage or that's a UI bug. But the point is, you can tell there's only one element on here, which was heat, and now because I can AoE armor or I can just armor strip with the gun itself, having pure heat's pretty good, or having a viral, which again, if I had I just throw on a Panzer now, viral and heat, but yeah, just show this off real quick. Again, you'll see double tap. I'm just go for body shots here, but you can see double tap, 500%. And as see, like I barely have enough time. I barely have enough time to keep double tap going. Now, as you can tell, double tap doesn't proc on the Incarnon form, and I am curious. Why can I? Yeah, see, so you see how double tap snapshot there? I don't know if that's like, if the UI is lying to me, or if the actual damage is capped, like it's actually changing. Now we can do a test on this, because I can use my brain, but yeah, this video is longer than I wanted it to be, but whatever. I just I just want to point out that again, I think my build is completely meme tier like bad, and it's just obliterating those guys. So yeah. Anyways, let's go to an empty config. Okay. So let's put on double tap. I'm gonna put this on just for the extra reload speed and the status chance too, because I want to have higher puncture weight. Actually, we'll just keep it consistent. We'll just use prime fast hands, right? So no one can complain about like, oh, it's not fair. Okay. Now I forgot if double tap. Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll do it without double tap first. We'll just look at the damage. Okay, so gotta find enemies. Can't actually see the numbers. I'll just do body shots. I don't know why I can't see the fucking numbers. Alright. 102. 285. 102. Okay, so 102 seems to be our body shot. 285 is a crit. So now I'm going to put on double tap. Or I think I... Wait, did I actually have double tap on? No, I did not. Cool. Put on double tap. 102. Hey, you can see it climbing. So yeah, it's definitely double tap's definitely working here. Now I'm going to take off double tap, and then we're gonna look at the Incarnon damage here. Now I do have Deadhead on. Actually, no, I don't. I shouldn't have. I'll double check, but I shouldn't have that. Okay, so body is 109. Never mind. 190. 190. I'm looking at the impact procs. That seems to be like the most consistent number. We have 190, 496, 190, 496. I see 237. Okay, 194, 6. Okay, so now I'm probably gonna fuck this up somehow, but we're going to put on double tap. I'm going to proc double tap and then switch to Incarnon. Okay, so I've double tap snapshotted. Okay, so it seems to be a UI bug because I'm still seeing that 109 pop up as impact. 190. I don't know. I don't know if the 190 is just a forced impact proc. I don't know if this is like the Jakkur and other weapons that just have a forced impact proc. 496 looks somewhat. 490. Okay, here we'll look at. Okay, I see 496 pop up. 158. 62. Yeah, 496 seems to be like a consistent crit number, so we're gonna go with that. We're gonna look for the 496. Okay. Just proc the Incarnon again. No, it's okay. So double tap doesn't work. It's a visual bug. That's fine because I think if it would have worked, it'd be super broken. More so than it already is. But that should be everything. Again, so if I were to change the build, I just take off double tap and throw on like a viral or something. Because I keep saying it, but I need to emphasize how easy it is to build up the Incarnon stacks. Again, like that's. Let me hold on, let me get rid of this. How many headshots does it take? Again, I don't have any multi-shot on anyways. Multi-shot does count towards Incarnon stuff. Two headshots without any multi-shot to build up Incarnon. And I get 40 shots of just devastation. Yeah, I'm pretty much just going to take off double tap because if I'm doing it right, I don't even have to use the normal Latron for like more than a second. Like, me just spamming to that crowd, that's just fantastic. Anyways, that's a pretty long-winded video. Thanks for watching. Again, TLDR. Incarnon Latron, really good. Good job, DE. Yeah, you made a Trumna on steroids for some reason. But I appreciate it, because, yeah, I like the Latron now. I noticed it. Goodbye. This is an addendum to the, Latron video. It occurred to me, because I kept mentioning it, that it has a forced impact proc on the Incarnon form. So you can technically make like a funky build here for Eternal Bleeding. Now I don't know if this is the best build. Just throwing it out as an idea in case someone can do something with it. But you're gonna have to sacrifice again another mod slot for Vile Precision to drop the fire rate below 2.5. Because if it's below 2.5, you get a 70% chance to proc slash. I mean Vile Precision can go in the Exilo slot too, so it's not the biggest ask. But essentially this kind of makes it like a ghetto Jakkur, like a Kuba Jakkur. But I'll just show you like what I'm talking about. Now, do I think it's the best way to build it? Probably not. The fire rate one's probably a lot better because you can just spam out more slash procs with 100 munitions. And you can take advantage of flensing spikes more because, as you can see here, it's pretty slow, so I'm not going to proc it as often, the flensing spikes. But you can tell I am getting the slash procs. Again, not really saying it's like the best build ever, but it is an idea if someone wants to mess around with it. You can make this like a slightly faster firing Jakkur, I guess. But I think this Jakkur just has better base damage. But yeah, that's okay. I mean, if we compare it to the other build, like just the one I showed off in the video, I know granted that one's missing a mod slot, but just in terms of usability, I can just like do something like this where I just like and then just unleash the pain. Like I think this is better than trying to make a ghetto Jakkur, but it is an idea for anyone who cares or any build crafters out there. I will compare it to, I do have a Jakkur. This is only 25.3% toxin, and this isn't the best build ever, so take that with a grain of salt. But if we were to compare it, probably should build up the stacks on this thing. I don't know. I think the Jakkur is still better, just because just that chunky hit. Yeah, I'd still probably just take the Shakur. In terms of like the other build, now if I just take in terms of Shakur or the Latron in general, now I'd probably just pick the Latron because again I can just AoE spam everything down. That's pretty much the gist. Yeah, thanks for watching.